Hey, what's up, friends? Moses here from Driver Success. I hope and pray that you guys are doing well. Our first daughter, who is now 8 years old, is now in third grade. It's amazing how time flies. About 2 weeks ago, we received a letter, and it was telling us about a program called Girls on the Run. We asked her if she wanted to be part of it. She said she wanted to be part of it. So we signed her up for Girls on the Run. Today, which is September the 13th, is her first time, like to go to the meetings where they're going to be practicing. She's going to be doing like practicing about running. There are other things that they train them in, like getting their confidence and all that stuff. But it's all geared around running. Now, I signed her up thinking that I'm signing her up for it. She wants it. It's a good program for her. That's good. Well, guess what? Last week I received an email, and they are asking if one of us wants to be her running buddy. It turns out that at the end of the program, which will be in November, they are going to have like a 5K run. And so they wanted to see if one of us wants to be her running buddy, because she's young. She's just 8 years old, so she will need somebody to run with her during that 5K run. And so if one of us can't do that, then it has to be, they will get somebody to run with her. Of course, as a dad, I'm like, oh no, I am the one running with her. And of course, my wife was like, you are running with her. And so it turns out I have to run with her. Now, in the past, I've enjoyed running, but that is way back. I don't remember. Maybe it's been like 7 years ago since I last, went out jogging. I have never attempted a 5K run. I didn't know what a 5K run is. I made a Google, search, and I realized it was to run 3 miles. Now, in the past, as I've said, 3 miles probably, I have never tested to see how long or how far I have gone, but I know 3 miles is probably something that I could do. But it's been a long time. I have never trained for anything like that. Even when I went out jogging, I used to go out, jogging because I love to jog. Even as a truck driver, when I was over the road, I would, look at my maps and see if I can go out jogging, or at truck stops, I would find a place to go out jogging. I just loved it. But since I got married and we got our first daughter, I think when she was about maybe 1 year old, that was when I stopped going out for a run. So I haven't been jogging for a long time. So when I get this email, I sign up, and I signed up to be her running mate. And then I'm so pumped up. I'm like, oh, I need to go out and run. But because I stay home, when I'm off, I'm home with our young daughter, right? Then my wife is at work. So I work 4 days, my wife works 3 days. So one of us is at home with the girls when the other one is at work. So of course I can't go out and jog on the road. I have to go to the gym. We do have a gym here in our complex. So I get pumped up after receiving this email. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna start training for this 5K. Okay, those are 3 miles. I don't want to be out there when my daughter is training. I don't want us to go for the 5K and then she leaves me, and I'm like, I'm all partying. I'm like, go ahead, finish the race, I'll catch up. No, I want to make sure I am fit. So when I received the email, I decided to, I pump myself up. The next morning, I'm like, I better start training myself. So I'm like, let me go out and run to the gym on the treadmill for about 45 minutes. That's what I had thought I wanted to do. Then in the morning, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start out with 30 minutes. I'm not going to go out. I'm going to start with 30 minutes, then 45, then maybe an hour, but I'm going to start with 30 minutes. So I go out on the treadmill. And by the time I get to 5 minutes, I'm already like, I need a break. By the time I get to the 10th minute, I'm like, I am done. That's when I realized I was out of shape. My heart could not, I couldn't hold up. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know I could no longer run as, like as I used to. So what that did to me is it got me into this, like research mode. I'm all over YouTube trying to figure out how do you train for a 5K? What does it take to train for a 5K? And what that is doing to me is it has given me back this desire to, like to go out and run. Now I do some exercises. At least I've been doing, like, maybe I do some 15 minutes here and there, 20 minutes, 15 minutes. I haven't been doing them consistently because I decided to cut back on my exercises really, really back. And so like a week I would do like maybe 1 or 2 or even 3 days, like I do some, like high intensity workout. But as I was reading about, like running, I had never thought about, like researching about running. I realized it's a different kind of training. And there is this training that I came across that I want to try out to do as I prepare for this 5K. But I think why I wanted to share this with you is because I realized it's a new kind of training for me. But thinking about people that are in the trucking industry, most of the drivers that I see out there, I'm not going to say most of them, but I would say a lot of drivers out there, you can tell we are overweight, we are heavy, we need to do something about our health. And so when I was, like doing this research, I realized this is a very easy thing to do. There is this thing called, I think they call it Zone 2 training, or I think it's the MAF or MAF training. I'm just researching it, so if you go on Google or you do a Google search or on YouTube and look for Zone 2 training or MAF training, it's a training where you are, like you are training your heart, like to stay in there. It's like endurance training. I am, like kind of excited about it, and I'm going to be sharing with you as I go ahead, as I train for this 5K marathon, 5K run. But what I loved about it is that you don't have to do, like the high intensity training. It's really a very easy thing to do. You can even start out by just walking. And so in the next videos, I'm going to share with you some of my, I'm going to share with you what my progresses are and what I am doing. I just thought it would be a good thing for me to share with you my results and the things that I do. So officially, I started out this training yesterday, which was Monday. On Monday the 12th, September the 12th is when I started out, and I realized that from now until the 5K, I have 10 weeks to train. So in the next videos, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I'm doing. I'm going to share with you my progresses, what I think about the things that I'm training, the tools that I'm using, and hopefully maybe like I'm thinking I may even start a group where we can, for those of you that want to join, I'll share with you when I figure out all this stuff. I'll share with you where you can join, and then we can maybe post our results and what we are doing. Because this is a channel about driver success, the whole point is that we want to make sure that we have success in the different areas of our lives. So again, as I said, I'll share with you more in upcoming videos. But I just want to encourage you to stay healthy and to be mindful of your health, because it is something that we as truck drivers need to be mindful about. All right, friends, until next time, stay blessed and stay safe. Bye-bye.